Hello and welcome to the Wild Magic School Bus. This is Matty B, but you may also know me as Thulgrin Rockrender. This Dungeons and Dragons podcast may contain fantasy violence, language, and other adult themes. But I mean, what do you expect from a dwarf? Content warnings can be found in the episode description. Alright, well, with all that out of the way, I've got my hammer, and I think I need a pint of beer. Vinny, where are you, lad?
My mouth is going to regret this later. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wild Magic School Bus, the most unprofessional D&D podcast you will ever hear. I, of course, am your DM, Calvin Piper, and this class of crack-ups plays D&D with me. Go ahead and introduce yourselves, guys.
Oh, gross! Preston, your radar should be going off pretty hard.
Because I had dental surgery today.
Allegedly.
That's why.
Oh, I was going to play it off as something weird and try to keep it going.
Okay, yeah, so everyone in the room, introduce yourself and give us a reason why Calvin's mouth is going to be hurting.
Dental Dam. Hey everybody, this is Drew, and I play, I don't know,
Zeth.
a dragon guy.
Well put, Drew.
Oh, that was an iconic moment.
My name's Matty B, and I am Thulgrin, the Paladin Dwarf, and Meth.
Okay.
I'm Will. I play Hofkahsejun, the male lizard folk artificer, and I believe is actually math. You grind your teeth and you can't solve problems.
Oh. I'm Michelle, and I play Kenneth and Woodchuck.
So was that like...
You?
That was a wood joke.
No.
Well, we're going now.
It's turning
Wait, did you go, Matt?
I'm trying to think of it.
Give him a second.
Dang it, I was gonna say beaver!
Matt, TBD, punch to the face.
Nailed
There
it.
it is.
Preston, joke TBD. Loan sharks?
Ooh, got in deep with the sharks.
He has a
That's where the
gambling
punch
problem.
comes from.
That's why he rolls dice every Tuesday. And I play Lucius Kane as a more warlock.
Oh my gosh, do you think D&D would be like a good like recovery program for gambling addicts?
I have no idea.
That's
How much you
yet to
want
be
to
tested.
Wow.
The joke is because he would know, because he has a gambling problem.
You imagine years from now when D&D becomes like a professional sport and
Yeah.
I say it with air quotes.
Yeah.
And people like place bets on characters and fantasy
And
characters.
Jordan Duckworth is the god of the world.
Yeah, that's probably how.
I have created another OP character.
That's right, you have.
Drew is virtual tonight, so he will sound a little electronic, but we are thankful that he is here all the way from Florida.
Yes, I am in Orlando.
He's somewhere where weed is legal, I think.
Yeah.
There is a chip hovering dangerously close to his mouth. Oh, he's about to crunch so loud.
Oh God!
He's swallowing his microphone. We should have gotten video of that. That was so good.
Someone turn him down.
Drew is the reason I believe in original sin.
While I adjust Drew's overall volume, we'll go ahead and get started and jump into episode 39.
Someone's breaking into his Airbnb right now.
Oh gosh.
Of the Godscar Chronicles.
Oh,
man. So the last time that we were here, United Indifference had found their way into a campsite. That was a dwarven fort known as Fort Hennevar. They met with some dwarves, were allowed to stay and rest, and also allowed to punch the crap out of old enemies, as Thulgrin decided to do at one point, challenging a former enemy of his family's, a dwarf named Dempsey, to a duel to right his family's wrongs, or restore their shame or honor, or whatever it is. Point is that Thulgrin was successful with the aid of his friends, because Dempsey is a lying cheat, and they were able to subdue him and bring him to justice. A justice that did not go unnoticed, as the king of the dwarves then summoned them to his city to thank them personally for the deeds that they had accomplished. Making their way over a several-day journey to the gates of Hofkahsejun, the city of dwarves, the party waited to enter and then met the king as the king was returning from a hunting expedition. And as the king greeted them and began to personally thank them for all they had done, another familiar face? I was going to say friendly face, but a familiar face appeared.
It's complicated.
It was a very complicated relationship. Reggie the Rock reappeared and decided that now would be the perfect time to exact his revenge upon the party for some singed pride. The party quickly banded together and dealt a devastating blow to Reggie the Rock, which then sundered him dead. And the party... And I think that was where we left off, with the party destroying the Rock once and for all. And, yeah, I think that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, did we get... Hold on, did we...
Yeah, we did level up, I think.
No,
yeah.
we didn't. No, we didn't level
For
up.
sure.
I was talking about the feathers. I got feathers.
You did get feathers
Fiddles.
from me, yes.
That's
You got feathers from me.
fiddles. Really
Some
nice.
feathers.
Great.
Alright, well, yeah, I mean...
I would say that the Rock got rocked. I look at people for like approval about the funny joke.
Okay.
I think we all wish you hadn't said that.
You said the quiet part out loud, mate.
Don't do it again.
Well, maybe just have a better one next time.
Not your best try, lad.
I know, we're all dumping on him.
I definitely.
No, I cut it off at pothole.
What the hell, pothole? I thought we were cool, man.
I don't
It's
know
a-
comedy, and even I know that was a bad one.
I had better ones.
At this point, you can see the dwarves have reassembled, picked up the few of the wounded and unfortunately slain dwarves, and begun to reamass at the front of the gates, the stone gates, which have not yet, or actually, I believe they had opened at that point.
Activated the giant things.
They were beginning to open. As everyone else is beginning to gather, you can see that the king and his son and the king's guard are now standing kind of around you all, as the king is kind of leading into the city and kind of looks back with a expectancy at you all.
Well, yeah, we'll go.
Okay. So one by one, you all gather back together and follow along with your chained prisoners. Actually, no, your prisoners are handed off to soldiers who have now accompanied them. And you guys make your way into the city, the dwarven city of Hofkahsejun. What you see before you as you step through the stone gate itself, a massive mountain, taller to the point where the peaks would disappear up into the sky, gives way to the inside of a volcano. A very surreal sight to see, but breathtaking nonetheless. The entirety of this mountain has been hollowed out. You can see that the mountain itself has been broken up into what looks like 3 segments, almost like a smaller mountain within this larger one, where the caverns begin to stretch up into the sky to the point where you swear you see what looks to be like clouds inside of a hollow mountain. One of the reasons for that you can immediately see is that there are massive waterfalls that drop from the highest of these 3 tiers of a city. You can see the largest tier spreads out before you guys at ground level and spreads out for several hundred yards to either side. And then you can see it butts up to a sheer rock face, which then goes up several hundred feet before spreading into another tier of a city with much larger buildings, tall buildings, intricately designed buildings. And then at the very, very top, there's a third tier, almost like a 3-tiered cake. And on the very, very top, you can see a massive, what looks to be like longboat, turned upside down and set in the very center of this third tier at the very top. You can also see that on the second tier, there is a large mass of what looks to be plant life. You can see trees and grass and all kinds of foliage growing from the second tier, which is where the waterfalls are cascading down to, and is what causing this faint kind of cloud cover near the very top of this mountain. The top of the mountain itself does have what looks to be some sort of a hollow opening in the top, and what sunlight would appear up there has come down, but there is a lot of artificial light in this place too. You can see all kinds of bright yellow and deep orange lights kind of emanating from buildings and facilities all throughout this place. The other thing that you can immediately feel is the heat from this first tier that you're standing at ground level on. You can see the city as it spreads out for several hundred yards. You can see lining the sides of the mountain as far as you can see, and even below it are these massive, looks to be like dwarven heads carved of stone with large gaping mouths, and you can see that there is a deep red glow emanating from the dozen or so that you can see. The smell and sound of heated metal immediately reaching your senses. As you guys step into this place, you can see the doors begin to make their way down a very well manicured stone path into the city itself. As you guys follow, you can see this first level of the city is fairly it's spacious, but it is filled with what looks to be many residential buildings. This looks to be where most people are living, and to that, you can tell that you can see lots of houses, some several stories, some a single story. People milling to and fro. Some people coming into the homes, out of the homes. You can see that a lot of people are either doing daily work down here, hanging laundry, cleaning, sweeping the streets. You can also see that there are many personnel that are moving to and from these giant forges on the edges of the city. You can see lots of carts being brought, many containing pieces, hunks of raw metals, refined metals, all kinds of crazy stuff. And they're all coming through these smaller side streets into the main thoroughfare, which runs straight into the city itself towards the sheer rock face in front of you. You can also see, as you reach that, after about maybe about 20 or 30 minutes of walking, you finally reach the sheer cliff face, and you can see on it there is one giant stone that is set maybe about 2 feet off the ground into the rock face itself, with what looks to be these large gears attached to either side and locked into these metal tines that go up along the rock face. And as everyone gets on, there's plenty of room for the 40 or so dwarves that have now assembled, including the king and his entourage. And as everyone gets on, you see these dwarves begin to pull levers and begin to turn these cylinders, and the whole thing begins to crank slowly and begins to rise up to the second tier of the city. And once you get there, you can definitely see the whole of the city below you. It is a sprawling cityscape. And you can see pretty much all of it from up here, but there is still a third tier above, which you will get to. This tier of the city is definitely home to much larger structures. You can see what looks to be very grand citadels and temple-like structures all throughout here. There's even the large, there's a large tree off to one side where one of the waterfalls is cascading down to. A large tree that, upon closer inspection, looks to be a structure of some kind, as you can see individuals moving in and out of it itself. It is at this place that you can also begin to hear the sounds of much commotion. As you can see, one area of the mountain that is kind of overhanging this part of the city has many, looks to be like fabrics and lanterns hanging from it down into this thoroughfare area that's off to the left side, and you can hear the sounds of conversation, shouting, bartering, bickering, there is a massive market off to one side that is just alive and buzzing, where you can see many of the materials and metals being brought over there as well as coming out of there. It's a massive place. You also notice on this part of the city, the most I'm trying to think, the most not eccentric, the most vibrant mix of other races. You can see dark-skinned humanoids with these long, flowing, like light fabrics kind of wrapped around their bodies, speaking a language that none of you have heard before as they move to and fro this area. You can see pointy-eared hobgoblins wearing leather armors as they walk in groups of 5 or 6, kind of keeping to themselves, trying to look as imposing as possible. You can see small humanoids, about half the size of most of you, with kind of larger feet and a lot of them very curly hair as they move throughout this area. There is a very vibrant mixture of individuals who move to and from here, not just dwarves. Who live in this area, or who are in this area currently. Making your way through here, you reach the third rock face, which has, again, another strange kind of elevated contraption, which brings you to the very, very top. And again, once you reach there, you can see most of this area is contained by this massive longboat made of wood and metal that's been turned upside down and set kind of on the top of this area. You can see that it has been there's 2 large doors that are set into it that are open very wide. You can see there's courtyards and smaller buildings all kind of scattered throughout here, all very well maintained and kept. And everybody here immediately, when the king and his entourage arrive, immediately begin to gather by the front doors and begin to bow low or celebrate or give a cheer for the king as he returns from his hunt. But you have arrived at the king's home in the city of Hofkahsejun. As you all begin to make your way inside the longboat, you can see it is pretty spacious in here. There's a lot of long tables and all kinds of people milling in throughout here, people having conversations, mostly dwarves, a few other races, but they all begin to stop and consider you all as you come in. The king immediately hands off the prisoners off to one side and follows him and his son up to what looks to be a small raised platform near one end of the longboat, where you can see there are 3 chairs set. As the court begins to convene, the king and his son head up to those chairs and sit down, and everyone begins to assemble as the king holds court in his home. Is there anything you guys want to do before he continues?
So, Lucius, noticing the building that they're now in, this giant upside down town.
Yeah, it's the not castle, but the hall of the king, I guess.
The hall of the king. You get it because it's a giant
hall. But
it's like a Viking longhouse.
Thank you, Jer.
The hall of the king. The king hall. Anyways,
I think he was making a boat joke.
Yeah.
Lucius looks around since he pays attention to the stories of this place a little bit. Lucius is gonna. Is any like notable dwarf people nearby? Like not dwarf people. Like I don't know. If not the king, if I can't ask the king directly, like I don't know anyone.
You can see looking around. There are. There's several dozen individuals all kind of gathered here at this point. You can see the king has sat on the main chair. His son to one of the smaller chairs on the side. The third chair is absent, but you can see off to the sides, running parallel to each other, are 3 chairs running 6 in total. 3 on one side, 3 on the other, that are set not on the raised platform, but like just off to the sides in a slightly elevated position. And you can see as the court begins to gather, you can see individuals beginning to make their way to those chairs and having seats. Looks to be about 4 in total have taken a seat when you guys
Is the king busy at the moment?
He's currently talking to Nineveh, who is having a discussion with him at his throne.
Okay, cool. Alright, then Lucius is gonna be like, so guys, not to the king, but obviously like to his peers, he's gonna be like, all right, so guys, this is a giant metal boat, right?
looks
It's
like.
not. It's not crazy, but I bet there's a practical reason for this. It's because it's capable of lava travel. That's exactly it. It's metal, and they can flood the volcano or something.
What if it's
and then
just
they go in
like
this place?
for like lightning?
Why lightning?
They're like, hey, we want lightning to strike here.
I mean, to be fair, me saying like this is for lava riding, and then me being like, why is that weird? You know, but
I mean, metal still melts.
does it?
Yeah, dude.
You ever seen an iron forge?
No.
Or somebody take a hunk of steel and turn it into a sword?
I mean, like I never really hung around with blacksmith. Blacksmith didn't really like the.
And metal melts.
Holy shit! It's like so like there's molten metal or something like.
How do you know what a blacksmith is?
Here's the ultimate day.
Well, it's like the place I can go to in my town.
He's the baby.
Apparently, I never watched the
Baby, the episode.
end
Roll
of,
credits. See you guys.
Terminator.
I couldn't watch that play.
So while you're explaining to everyone how thermodynamics and stuff works, I made an investigation check to like look at the longboat and see what it actually looked like.
Yeah,
what its capabilities are. 22.
Well, there's 22. You notice something that I believe Kenneth kind of said offhandedly. You can see that off to one side, deeper set into the longboat itself, there are large, for lack of a better term, Tesla coils that are set into it, about 6 of them, that are all kind of lining the back of this thing. And given its position underneath the large kind of hollow opening at the top of the mountain, you would assume if there's any kind of storms or what have you, this would be a conductor of sorts. And it seems that the dwarves have found a way to leverage that in some way, shape, or form.
So this is not for lava riding? So what can lava ride?
Wait, what was it? What can lava...
This is a genuine question. I thought this was lava riding.
Hey, where'd you get food?
This nice servant gave it to me.
What?
I don't know.
And there are servants wandering around with food and drink.
They got hors d'oeuvres and stuff.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Okay.
Is that a skin kebab?
No, mate, it's yeah, so this whole thing, I mean, it's kind of just exactly what Kenneth said, to kind of prevent lightning strikes from getting people on the low level.
A skin kebab. No.
As you guys are talking, you can hear the sound of a, I was going to say oracle, I don't believe that's what they're called.
A seer?
The guy that, like, would tap their staff and, like, announce stuff. They have a name, and I don't know.
Orator.
I don't know.
No. I don't know.
The crier.
Sure.
Kind of.
Yeah, crier. Something. You can see standing. It's not an oracle. That's
The
what I was-
bailiff.
Urkel?
No, it's not.
No, we're not in trouble.
But you can see the crier, I guess is what we're gonna call it, stands next to the king in his throne and taps a large staff on the ground, and causes the whole room to begin to fall silent.
It's like a bailiff.
Yeah, I guess kind of that vibe. But they have a name, and I can't remember what it's called.
Harold?
Oh yeah, Harold. Actually,
Harold,
thank you.
Harold
Thank you,
worked
Matt.
really well. No,
Matt.
good one.
His name
Inspiration,
is Frank.
inspiration for finding that, Matt.
Harold the Herald.
So yeah, so the herald taps his staff and calls the room to order, and the king kind of, as everyone kind of bows their respect, the king kind of nods and then begins to address the group. Oh shit! I forgot what the king sounds like. Hold on, guys. I have to go through my mind palace. It's been a hell of a
Probably
day.
like this.
Nope.
Hello.
Nope.
You
nope.
just meet the king.
Gilbert Guthrie.
Well, I think he'd said something. Oh, God.
As long as it's not Zeus and
Zeus from
Love and Thunder.
from Love and Thunder. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just filling that air.
Thank you. Drew. I appreciate it. The king begins to address everybody.
Does he sound like Sean Connery?
Members of the court.
No.
By now you have probably heard that we were accosted by a rock at the entrance of our city. But thanks to our friends, the United Indifference, my son and I are safe. And you begin to hear this slight applause begin to scatter throughout the crowd as people begin to applaud and kind of a few cheers go up.
Are we standing up?
You're standing in front of him. So you guys are sitting in front of the throne, several dozen paces away. Dempsey and his followers are off to one side with some of the King's Guard, and there is the 4 of the 6 chairs are filled off to the sides of you guys, and there's a large kind of U shape of court members, I guess, kind of milling behind all of you as you guys are kind of standing alone. But Lenny and a few of the fort people are also standing with you guys. As there was several of them that were with you as well. So you're in a larger group, it's not just you guys. As the king continues, for this I am eternally grateful to you and to the dwarves of Fort Henevar who put their lives in front of their king. You are all, for those of the fort, I grant you unlimited amnesty for what Dempsey placed upon you, for it was a foul and dark magic. And for you, united indifference, for putting the life of a dwarf in front of your own. Not something people from other countries would do, in my heart. This is what a dwarf would do for their family. And so for this, I give you the honor of being a member of Hofkahsejun, the city of dwarfs.
Yo!
Wait. I raise my hand. Yeah. And I jump up, and even though I'm the tallest person in the room, I was like,
yes.
So member of Hofkahsejun, right? That's how you say it? The city of dwarves. Member. Does that mean citizen thing, or what does a member mean? Like, we can hang out here, or like...
If you wish to stay, the city is open to you.
Oh my gosh, guys, you have to invest in a brewery or something.
You are free to buy, sell, trade, do whatever you need to. The city is your city.
Oh, sweet. Can we get any capital? Is that rude?
I don't know. I do have to ask,
Watch them not pass.
in some other places, magic is heavily restricted. I'm assuming that's not the case here, based on what we've seen.
He turns his head to one of the dwarves, a dwarf with no hair on his head at all, but a very fine, kind of thin beard that's kind of twisted all up. He's wearing these large kind of blue and black robes, and he looks over at, he goes, Adeptus Metallic, would you care to elaborate? And at that point, you can see the gentleman, the dwarf stands up and right, so, magic is, how would you describe this? In your country, the Basslands, magic is stifled. It is contained in most of the items or artifacts that you would build, as an artificer would do. In other countries, magic is less contained and more free to roam. The dwarven code dictates that we give magic its healthy respect while simultaneously using it to our advantages. You will not be punished for using magic, but always be respectful of the nature of its chaos.
Sounds reasonable.
So don't go willy-nilly. This is the most, honestly, compared to Ul'dah, this is pretty
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we found a good place to
it's a
kind
good
of
middle
lay our
ground.
heads.
It's a good middle ground. I like this place. Honestly, it's way better than Metal City.
Yeah, aside from the whole, hey, if you bother us, we're going to bring a volcano down and cut off all ties forever. I mean, this place is pretty sweet.
I mean, I don't blame him, but I think I do kind of blame him.
The king continues, thank you, Adeptus Metallic. To other business, for your capture and return of Dempsey the traitor, I believe that our hand of the king had posted a bounty for his return. Nineveh, you care to elaborate? And Nineveh stands up, yes, my king. For the return of Dempsey, I believe the bounty for his capture for a citizen of the city was 30,000 gold pieces.
My God.
Oh.
Being that our gracious Lord of Stone has granted you citizenship of Krakudar, I believe I believe it only fair that this bounty be passed on to you. And he snaps his fingers, and as he does, you can see 2 soldiers come from one side and drop 3 chests at your feet. Probably 2.5-foot chest, kind of slender, but well built. And as they open all 3 of them, you can see literally 10,000 gold pieces.
Those chests are busted.
In each chest, yes. And as they open them up and everyone kind of like claps and like oohs and ahs are emanating, Nineveh kind of leans forward in his chair and goes, we can convert to platinum if need be. And he snaps his fingers again and all 3 chests close and they are dragged off to the side.
Hey, we usually deal in copper, but you know.
No, we don't.
Hey, maybe we can set you up with some copper pieces instead of gold. That might be the idea.
Hey, how about you do like?
I know I'm saying like you get gold, but like the throwing kind is the copper.
No, trust me, guys. I've learned my lesson.
You haven't.
Don't tell me how to use my money.
Hey, I tell you what, I'm gonna give you 10 gold. If it's still there at the end of the day, you get your gold privilege back.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
Hand him 10 gold.
As that has transpired, the king looks like he's about to continue.
Sorry.
As he looks at United Difference and goes, and finally, to Thorgrim. And he kind of gestures you forward a little bit to stand outside of the crowd. He looks at you and goes, for restoring the name of your fathers and forefathers, and for bringing honor to the dwarven name, I thank you.
Thank you very much, my king.
I grant you this if you accept. The name, Thorgrim Rockrender, Kinzun of the King of Stone.
I greatly appreciate that, king.
So let it be written, so let it be done. You can see several officials are nodding and beginning to ascribe things.
What'd you say was it?
Thorgrim Rockrender. Rockrender.
Kenneth will lean over to Lucius and whisper, you hear that? He has 4 fathers.
I have 1. Must be 4 times as emotionally secure.
Wait, and that makes you kinsman to the king? No, sorry, we're still doing a sermon.
At that point, the king kind of sets back in his chair and just kind of like lets the hubbub just kind of go for a minute. Anything you guys want to ask, say, do?
Lucius whispers in Glyph's ear.
How do they know it was my birthday?
What?
That is your birthday?
Yeah, today's your birthday.
No, I'm fucking with you.
Oh my god, Jesus. Alright, yeah, I'll I don't know, kind of go up to the king, give him the old salute, the little Your Majesty. Sure. Just kind of like to ask, I don't know, this last job paid pretty good. If you've got anything else that you need people to do, it's dangerous, expendable in nature, we could probably be willing to do that.
That is gracious of you. There is no need to put yourself on the line for us dwarves. We are here to take care of our own. But if adventure is what you seek, I am sure there are several things we could set you on a path for. Nineveh is hand of the king and priest of the Allhammer, so he settles most of my affairs outside of this hall. If you wish to speak to any of the council members for any reason, they are at your disposal most of the time here in the Great Hall itself. And even I try to keep my doors and ears open to all of my citizens as best I can. But you'll forgive me if my days become very preoccupied very quickly. But if nothing else, I fear I must attend to the needs of my citizens.
No, yeah,
I think you should. I have questions, but I'm not going to bother you with them.
So,
Very well.
is there like a should we put down roots here?
Standing up, he kind of nods, and the crowd immediately begins to salute or bow to him as he and his son begin to walk off. Immediately accosted by like 5 or 6 individuals swarming around them, beginning to throw stuff at him. But he seems to take it all in stride. As you guys are left there with the council, a couple of the council members get up and follow the king. Nineveh comes down off the platform and kind of approaches you all and the dwarves that are now kind of like talking to each other excitedly now that they've realized that they are not going to get in trouble for creating a sedition of the dwarven kingdom. But Nineveh approaches you all and kind of looks at each and every one of you. Citizens of Hofkahsejun, this is a grand honor, not normally bequeathed to non-dwarven individuals, but an honor nonetheless.
I feel special.
I mean, I appreciate it.
I mean, I only knew like one person with dual citizenship, so I'm very happy to be one.
And he carries them on his back every day.
Indeed. If there is anything you need from me, please do not hesitate to ask. If not here, you can find me at the Allhammer's Temple in the Holy Grounds, in the Elder Ward, which is the ward we passed, the second ward we passed.
You look like a man that knows stuff.
I have been around for many years.
So what if, metaphorically, in a non-real scenario, there was a undead being that wanted to die, but most conventional ways did not work, and this person is really, really cool and really repentant, but wants to move on, but they don't have a particular way to breach that threshold, as if the magic that they worked on themselves were too good.
Sounds like a clingy cadaver.
It seems like a very specific,
in a non-real scenario, metaphorically.
Hypothetical question.
Metaphorically.
However, not out of the realm of feasible. I believe I may know of a few stories of spirits who could not cross the plains for one reason or another. I will have to consult my books on this. Give me a few days, then find me at the temple if I am available. Perhaps I will have an answer for you then.
I had a thought. What if you just threw him into a volcano?
That actually would do it.
I think he tried that a couple hundred years ago, I think. He was just stuck at the bottom of a volcano until the volcano... And
hypothetically.
Yeah, in theory he'd be...
Well,
what if we pulverized him? Theoretically.
So, it's a little bit like incorporeal, so it's like really hard to do that.
Give him such a pinch, you know?
Yeah, it's fair. What if we incinerated him?
Guys, I think there's always been 100 years of self-destruction that didn't work. So I think I'm gonna ask the questions.
Okay.
I appreciate your input.
Alright.
You're really smart, so actually when you come up with better ideas, let me know.
The idea of incinerating him reminded me, I think we might want to tell our new friends about our old friend.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Arkiana? Yeah, I mean, she doesn't know we should probably check...
The
other old friend.
Oh, that one.
The senile one,
yeah. Yeah, the one that was...
kind of like around here.
Yeah. I mean, he and Okiana have the same level of disregard for, like, law, but, he's a little more violent, so, yeah, probably be a good idea.
You speak of your draconian friend.
Oh, yeah, Big Red, yep. Yeah, Balefire. He kind of turned into a bit of a dick.
As I have been told, yes. We are aware of his comings and goings. We are doing our best to keep an eye on him.
Could you guys do us a solid? And if you ever, come across some actionable intelligence, maybe just slide that down the bench to the fellas in the Indifference?
Of course.
Okay, there we go.
More than happy. You yourselves, if you need information on him, all you must do is ask. After all, we are all just cogs in the machine of morality.
Is that how we all really react in that situation?
Apparently.
We don't know how to play it cool. We don't know what it's like to be in a secret society still.
Tapping your shoulder the whole time.
This is talking about Dad.
I think you guys are the same height now.
Nineveh just kind of smiles and nods at you all. Please, if there is anything else.
Oh yeah, one last thing. Not that you'd be the kind of guy to talk to about real estate, but we've kind of been jonesing for a keep for a long time. Who do we go about talking about find like more than like a hotel or a place to stay, but
Dibs
like
on the
a
attic.
place to kind of that goes without saying.
Potentially one that may have a forge that we might be able to use, borrow.
Foragers are not hard to come by here in Hofkahsejun. I would speak to
The Property Brothers.
Speak to Ron Evermead. He's our guild master, and he is a master of coin as well.
Lord who?
Ron Evermead.
Ron Evermead.
RHON Evermead.
I did not put an H in that.
Nah, that's fine. No need to.
This guy
It just
parties.
looks cooler instead of just doing Ron. It's RHON. But
Harry
he
Potter
should-
would disagree.
He should
Because
be,
everybody's watching this and reading it.
Yeah,
so.
100%. He should be able to help you with any sort of accommodations. I believe, as a newly minted Kinzun, you should be speaking to him anyway, as a named dwarf is provided accommodations as part of his recompense, I believe.
Where might we find this one?
Lord Evermead, unfortunately, was last seen chasing the king for probably another money reason, but he should be available in the coming days. I'm sure he will find, that will be something that is prominent on his list of things to do. He will find you more likely than not.
All right. Shopping.
So yeah, with the shopping. Also, hey, Thulgrin. So are you Thulgrin the first now, since you're the first rockbender?
Still Thulgrin the fourth.
Okay,
I've just got my own Kinzo.
that's pretty cool.
He is a named dwarf. Dwarves do not carry their surnames, but
Do you have like a fiefdom or something? Do you have like land or? I don't know.
No. That's not quite exactly how it works.
Zeph immediately goes static.
That's what his brain sounds like, I imagine, most of the time.
Yeah,
Yeah, true.
that's just the sound of
I didn't hear like the last 35 seconds.
There was a lot of static
Yeah,
in
you
your
were real
audio for a
staticky.
little bit. Now you're good.
That's alright.
Cool.
Yeah, it's just the name. So, anyhow, if there's anything else you wish to ask Nivar before he leaves, anything? Nope.
No,
Shopping.
Going twice.
Where's the best place to go
Probably
shop?
the
If you were looking for some
Yeah.
to buy or sell, I would suggest the. Oh, hold on. Let me pull up my locations so I don't screw this up.
Yeah, you better.
Sorry, pausing for effect here. Head back to the Elder Ward. The Hall of Trade is where you will want to go.
Oh, okay. All right.
But at that point, Nineveh seems to be. There's two individuals that seem to sidle up to him and begin to whisper to him. He's like, "I must be going now."
Yeah, of
Nods
course.
you all and steps away.
Wait,
Yes.
how much would an airship with a forge on it cost?
That is a question more suited for someone who is experienced in that. You should probably speak to one of the forge masters, or perhaps the forge lord himself.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Barhuck Bristlebender is the forge lord.
Barhook Brinzelbender?
Barhuck Bristlebender.
Okay. Bristletender?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's the Forge Lord. Most of our manufacturing and mining goes through him. He again was seen chasing after the king for one reason or another. It will be some time before you can speak to him, but request an audience and he will send a message.
Okay.
Choice.
Lucius looks at the 10 gold coins that he was just given and sees a servant running by and grips it tightly.
I feel like you should have to make some kind of save for that.
That's fine for now. For now.
For now.
Okay, it's first one. First
now.
one's first.
Generosity check.
Okay. So, as the group disbands, you guys are given direction to head to
The
Elder Ward and the Hall of Trade to buy and sell as your heart's desire, because you all got 30,000 gold.
So how much is that divided by everyone? I assume that I think we should put 20k in party funds before we I don't know how much the actual keep or whatever we're investing in is going to cost.
I'll look at Thulgrid. I'm wondering how much a keep in theory. Do you have a ballpark idea?
I really don't. I've travelled so much, being a delver.
You've never really put down your roots.
I've not really put down my roots. I don't really.
Yeah, I mean everything we ever had was kind of just free because we lived for it. So
root beer.
No.
Okay. So making your way off of the out of this area, which just as a note, so I don't have to keep calling it weird areas. So this is known as the upper ward. Is this one? Which you can see there are, like I said, a lot of buildings up here. But you can see there are two particular buildings. Obviously, the Grand Hall here, and we'll just say for posterity's sake, you were given some of this information as you came in. You can also see there is a large, basically looks like an upside down hammer with a large pillar that towers up into the upper areas of this mountain. Basically looks like an upside down Mjolnir, very large. But you can see there's a lot of lights coming from it, and they call it the Runesmith Forge. It is the only place in the city where black iron or deep iron is harvested and smelted into black steel. It also serves as like a kind of a laboratory research center, kind of training university. It's a big building, but it's kind of like the place where all of the arcane technologies are researched. So, and there does seem to be people who go to and from it quite a bit. It is open to individuals. So, if you need to go in there for any reason, that is where you can go. Also, the forge.
It's called what again?
The Runesmith Forge. And that is where the Forge Lord also has residency.
Normally.
Yeah, that's where you'll find him most of the time.
Well, if there's anything in there that you might want.
So that's on the upper, most of the upper ward, along with like
Forge it for you.
Oh yeah.
the King's Home and all that stuff. The Elder Ward, which is the middle area, has, like I said, a lot of the bigger buildings. There's the Holy Grounds, which is where most of the temples and shrines are maintained. There's also some agricultural areas, and like the tree is also there by the Holy Grounds. Let's see. The Elder Ward is also the place where the Kinzoon reside. So you can see there is a residency here, but most of the Kinzoon stay up here as they are closer to the king. So if Thulgrin does decide to take up a residency here, this is where you would stay. But that is, again, you have to speak to the...
Am I allowed to bring my companions with me?
That'll be determined when you speak to the... What did I say?
Ron
Evermead.
Evermead, yes, the Guildmaster. Yeah, when you speak to the Guildmaster, you'll be able to discuss that with him. Because it's based on... it's just based on need, so I would assume if you can convince him that you need your people, then he could probably be able to accommodate that. So... and no ask is too grand, because a Kinzoon is that's a big deal. Like, you are, even as you leave, word has quickly spread of a named dwarf being proclaimed, and even now you can see people nod and mutter Kinzoon to him as he walks by, almost like a sign of respect.
So is this like him going from the end of the Two Towers to the start of Return of the King? Is this his Aragorn moment?
This is going from a. This is. Oh gosh, I'm gonna.
Go ahead, roast Gondor.
No. I'm gonna ostracize myself here. This is Colonel West turning into General West.
Oh shoot!
A common man going to a noble position in an instant. So yeah, but it's quickly become apparent that he's a Kinzoon, and most dwarves respect that.
I feel like at some point I should probably, being Kinzoon now, I should probably visit the Allhammer Shrine.
The temple? Oh yeah, absolutely. Easy enough to do. Yeah, easy enough to do. And it is over here. The Holy Grounds does contain the largest cathedral that is down here. Very looks literally like all the old cathedrals, like Notre Dame and all that stuff. Notre Dame, sorry.
All of the cathedrals. Can you give me a couple other ones?
There is St. Peter's in New York, I believe, or St. Charles. It's one of the two. There's another old one. It's like it's used in movies a lot. It's another St. Peter's, I believe.
Okay.
Three more. I think there's 3 more.
Bingo.
Jeez.
You want that inspiration or what, dude?
There's the National Cathedral.
Hey, he doesn't even.
Thank you, Drew.
Inspiration.
Actually, where is that one, Drew? Out of curiosity.
I think in DC. I think.
Oh yeah, cool.
DC of what?
There's the chapel at the Air Force Academy.
Okay. Still need one more, and you're looking at 3.5, really.
Westminster.
That's an abbey. I'm kidding.
Well, it's also a cathedral.
Yep. Right.
I thought you were going to hang up on him. And.
Hey, can you give us a couple more, Drew?
No.
You didn't mute him.
I hit the microphone button.
There's a cathedral in
Mute yourself.
in Bologna.
Right?
I don't remember the name of it. I think it's.
Doesn't it have a first name? OSCAR?
Oh, you know what? Kansas City has a cathedral, the Cathedral of Immaculate Conception. So there you go.
Oh, the Keck.
Yeah.
What is it, St. Peter?
But yes, there is. So that is what contains most of the Elder Ward, and then finally there is the Open Ward, which is the lowest part, which is where most of the residents stay.
I can't hear anything on your end. Is it dead silence?
Unmute him, please.
Am I muted?
Yes.
Yeah, Will muted you as a joke.
What? There, dude, what are you talking about?
Oh, gosh.
We turned to our mic.
You say that Drew makes you believe in original sin. I think it's Will. Anyhow,
because of
the
Brandon.
Open Ward is where most of the residents stay, and that is where the deep forges also stay, the several dozen large forges that are at the base of the mountain, where it's literally just hundreds of forges where all of the materials are processed and harvested and all that stuff. So, you ever need something built? The deep forges are where you need to go, because those guys are experts in what they do. But given your station, I'm sure you could probably speak to the Runesmith Forge for anything specialty-wise. But here at the Elder Ward, there is one other place, the large kind of menagerie of walkways and small booths that contain a large market that is bustling even at this point in the day. There are small carts full of doodads and whatnots. There are smaller buildings kind of settled in this long hall that reaches probably 200 yards of just kind of walkway on either side, just kind of full of individuals. Even around along the middle of the thoroughfare, there's like small carts that are scattered throughout where people are shouting their wares, offering samples, and trying to make a day's wage. But this is where you can go to buy, sell, and trade whatever you need here in the City of Dwarves. Anything in particular you're looking for? You guys just want to peruse for a second and see what's that?
So jewelers. I can read all writing, so I can look at all the signs.
Make a perception check for me to see what you can find.
Damn it. 8.
8. I mean, there's a couple of like jewelry like shops and what have you. They mostly seem to take precious stone and spin them or mold them onto pieces of metal for bright, flashy jewelry, but nothing crazy.
Looking for a magic man.
Make a perception check.
Can I give him guidance?
Sure, if you want to.
Yeah, I'll give you guidance.
You could have given yourself guidance if you wanted.
Yeah, I never do that though.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
17.
With a 17, you can see with Lucius's help actually, because he guides you with his reading of the area. You can see there were 2 larger buildings that seem to have more inventory that seem to kind of promise a better place to buy and sell stuff. The first one is the largest of the shops that you can see here. It's called Beigen Mercantile. And the other one is a much smaller shop, very out of place in this marketplace, but oddly familiar as it is bright, shiny, and far cleaner than it should be. And it reads, in common, Lavish Outlet.
He got an outlet store.
Lavish?
Lavish Outlet.
Lavish, as in Lavish in his laboratory.
It's a junk shop.
Have you met Lavish before?
Yeah,
you have Lavish Laboratories
Lavish Tow
in
Bar.
Mecca City.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Yeah, he's the metal guy.
the guy the guy with weird
Hey, if this
flesh
is
eyes.
if this is an outlet store, that means to be the stuff he can't move quite as well in the major towns. Get
But you might
sweet
get
deals.
some
magical
some deals
some
on alchemy
sweet
supplies.
deals.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's the outlet, and then there's Beigen
Business
Mercantile,
name.
which seems to have the most. It looks to be the most promising.
Well,
All right, where you guys want to go first?
I want to
mean,
go to the most promising one first.
the big one.
Okay, yep. The Bygones Mercantile. Here we come.
Okay, so you walk into the store.
Here's the thing. So we have our money that we got. I don't want to necessarily go spending it recklessly, either. At the same time,
You turn around and we've all got
We've
feather
not-
boas.
we've not split any of this. So none of that. We should potentially talk about that so that maybe somebody that I don't know might have a spending problem.
You don't even know me like that, bro.
Doesn't go spending
Your
all
reputation.
of them.
You guys
Thank
you
you.
guys
I
tell
feel
me
like
about
it's the
all that.
wisest thing to do to split things up a little
You
bit.
guys tell me about Metal City and everything.
No, hey, we gave him 10 gold. He's set for 2 minutes.
That's 2 minutes.
What happened?
I'm kidding.
He probably found a crumble shop and bought himself some
Licking an ice
crumbles.
cream
Oh,
cone.
yeah, it's fair. So here's the
I
thing.
tipped really well.
I mean, we got a total of 30,000. Worst comes to worst, we just split it 6 ways. It's 5 grand a piece.
Are you sure?
Is that
we
still
could
good
just,
to hold my money?
we could just invest in like the party that we can like give everyone like $1,000 and then see how we can.
We can talk about this. I think you're growing up, and maybe you could take on a little. We'll talk about it. Yeah, I've got it for now.
Hear me out. We put 20 in a pot.
Yeah,
Don't touch it. The rest of the 10 we split up.
I'm okay with that.
Does that sound reasonable?
That's not really going to split up in a way that works well for my brain, but yeah, it's fine.
Well, then how many people are in this party right now?
Why don't we just do 18 and 12? Everyone gets 2k.
Okay.
Instead of me having to do some dumb fuck math.
Okay.
Pothole pops out.
Yeah, he's an abacus.
He fogs up the glass and is doing long division. Like, no, not right now.
He's having a Goodwill hunting moment. Like in the back. We're just
Oh
like,
my gosh, I'm rolling for pothole.
No, I actually meant
What are you
he wants to
rolling?
get paid.
Oh, natural 18 on a Goodwill hunting moment to try and do the math of what 10k is divided by 6.
And get some money for himself, too.
He spends the next minute and a half solving it, and it's beautiful. But it is unseen by any of you. As he finishes drawing, he kind of nods his approval and then looks at you all, and just kind of slowly and then wipes it off. But he
I
does
put 2
unlock.
gold in the slot.
He does unlock a hidden. He does unlock a hidden achievement. He knows that he's really smart at math now.
He knows that it was never his fault.
There you go. Yep.
Paul gets merit badges.
Yeah, there you go.
He's got a lot of them actually. Hey, bud, show me your merit badges.
You watch as these sweat badges just stick to. Just start
Slowly
putting.
slide.
No, what happens is, you know the old-timey cash registers? Shitting! Like a thing comes out the bottom of it, and he's got like 30 different.
Oh my gosh, they're like Disney pens. They're all on like, yeah.
he has his goblin punching badge. When did that happen? We didn't fight any goblins.
You're not gonna talk about it. I mean, when you're finding information in the seedy underbelly. Yeah.
Alright, so what did we decide, lads?
So you guys are walking into the Beigen Mercantile.
Music shop name.
You're talking about money wise?
CD Underbelly.
So are we doing the 18K 12 pot or what?
Yeah, let's do that. We can put 18 in a communal fund and everyone can get 2. So that way, it's, method makes
That's
it
fine.
easier.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Who's gonna carry the other 18?
Already done it. It's in my bag of holding.
As long as this fella right here doesn't get his hands on it.
I mean, hey, Zeph, would you think I'm pretty responsible financially?
Always have been.
Bingo, yep, it's in the bag of holding.
Am I right with that?
You soon come to learn that he is pretty responsible only in this regard. And
hold on.
I'm just.
You started to give a compliment and then you got derailed.
No, I don't know why he's talking like that.
He's narrating again.
So here I was.
No, seriously. This guy is like the most responsible guy I know. I mean, he brought me back from the dead. He brought back Tabini. Come on, that's responsibility.
I mean, that was kind of a group effort. I'll take credit for Pothole, but everything else was kind of a team endeavor.
Yeah, you thought of it, though. Really.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let's be honest.
I cried.
You did. You cried pretty good.
I cried blood.
That was actually terrifying. I don't think that was conducive.
I got very angry too.
Okay. So we headed into
yeah. Let's go shopping.
Beigen Mercantile.
Yep, the Beigen Mercantile.
So you guys walk in and you can see not a lot of people in here right now. Maybe 3 or 4 individuals, all seeming to kind of like go to exactly what they need. This store is impressive in its inventory. You can see lining the main kind of walk area. There are several shelves and tables that are full of clothings of different kinds, gear of all kinds, but you can see lining the back kind of checkout area, you can see that there is also a couple of display cases and weapons that are hanging up on the walls, all very intricately designed and giving off a little more than a subtle magic vibe. As you guys all walk up, you can see sitting there wrapping something in a small box. You can see a dwarf. His black hair very, very curly under his little kind of metal cap that he has placed on his head, wearing the simple kind of shop owner kind of gray and white tunic. His black beard is all kind of like tied up and like bunched up, like right underneath his chin, and kind of almost like a hairnet kind of a thing, but it's made of metal. It's like a metal hairnet that he has kind of bunched up all his stuff. But as you guys walk up, he looks at you all. His goateeless face, just a beard, goateeless, clean face, but looks at all of you with these bright kind of gray eyes. He says, "Hello again. How can I help? Hello, welcome to Halogen Beigen Mercantile. I am Halogen Beigen. How can I help you today?"
I don't think this guy's speaking Dwarvish.
No. Hi.
Halogen.
Hello. Do you have? I whisper, like I like stare blankly for a second, and in my head I'm communicating with Orfera about component stuff. I'm like, do you have a crystal vial worth at least 300 gold pieces?
Of course, Halogen Beigen gives you what you need. You need a crystal vial.
Yeah, a crystal vial. And
I have many crystals.
And I can provide the tiers. Huh?
You need to cry in bottle of crystals?
Yeah, to summon summon Gerard. I don't know if you heard of him.
It's very possible. I've lived many lives. I may have met Rod in another life. It's possible. And he sets up, he reaches underneath his counter and pulls up a small tray with probably about 5 or 6 vials of different shapes and sizes.
Wow.
Filled with various colored crystals.
Oh, crazy. Yeah. Give me one of them.
Here you are.
What color is it?
These are yellow crystals.
I don't like that. Can you give me?
They are closest to 300 gold pieces. I could give you green crystals, but green crystals are 350 gold pieces.
Can you? Okay. But is value decided by the person? Can I get like the green? I'll get the yellow one. I'll get the yellow one.
All right, there you go.
I was going to try and help you and see if you're getting swindled, but I'm not paying attention.
I give him 300 gold pieces.
Thank you.
God.
Guys, I need this, actually. This is a good purchase.
Seems reasonable.
Alright, now...
It sounds like you're trying to convince us, though.
Now,
I don't like that.
do you have a gun?
What?
Does Hogan have a gun?
I want a gun, guys.
Hogan is not a man of violence, but I do sell weapons. I probably have gun.
Yeah, I'm already over there at the weapons case, just looking at what you got over there.
He's got all kinds of stuff over there. He does produce a simple pistol, single shot pistol.
Lucius takes a left around the store before he makes a bad decision.
Sure. Okay, so anyone else looking for anything in particular, or you just keep perusing?
First things first, weapons.
Weapons, yes. Give me just a second. I'm gonna pull up my
random weapon generator.
Yeah, I'll pull up the ones I already have on hand.
That makes more sense.
Find a good magical weapon.
There are a couple of... You can see there are a couple of weapons. Most of them look to be +1 or +2 weapons of various kinds. You can see there are... he does have a set of bracers that seem to... that very intricate, like leather bracers with like metal filigree kind of all throughout them with runes. Very pretty. He also has a large belt, very thick belt with kind of gold clasps on it.
Belt of truth.
That has some sort of dwarven rune written across it. You can see he has a couple pieces of armor, various pieces of armors that all have runes or designs etched into them that offer different results. You can see one metal cap that seems to kind of almost have a perpetual frost across the top of it. A small kind of like leather jerkin with some armor plates on it that seem to almost kind of glow with an unnatural heat. So all kinds of stuff there. You can see he has he does actually have a scimitar set up on the very top of his shelf on a mantle there. It is a beautiful weapon. It is Damascus steel, but the darker material is red. So it's a dark, shiny silver and like a red kind of folded into it.
I'd like to investigate there if I could, please. Maybe I'll just ask him.
You want to ask?
I mean, I could do either one, but I feel like it'd be rude to just start doing magic in a shop. But
it's up to you.
Yeah, I'll just ask him first.
Yes, Logan.
Hello.
What can Hogan...
Oh, sorry, I thought I was talking out loud. Yeah, that scimitar you got up there. How's it?
Yes. That is Render. It's his magic sword. Very powerful, very dangerous.
Okay, yeah, I gathered. What's it do? Besides rendering things, so you don't use the word in the definition. I mean, I could investigate it if it's easier if you got someone else to talk to. It's not a problem.
Nope, give me just a second.
Okay.
Give me just a second.
I could be your hero, baby.
So this is a scimitar of wounding. So basically, hit points lost to this weapon's damage can only be regained through a short or long rest rather than by regeneration, magic, or any other means.
Jeez.
When you hit this creature with an attack using this magic weapon, you can wound the target, and at the start of each of its turns, it takes 1d8 necrotic damage for each time you've wounded it.
Oh.
Then it can make a DC Constitution saving throw, ending the effect of all such wounds on itself. Alternate the wounded creature or a creature in 5 feet of it can use an action, medicine check, ending the effects of the wound on itself. So every time you hit it, you can stack a d8 of damage on it.
Okay.
Of necrotic damage. It's a weapon of wounding. But yes, Sword of Render, it cut very deep, and cuts don't heal very well.
Okay. Hey, Zeph, did you hear about this thing? I mean...
What?
Okay, you didn't. Hey, Tabidi, did you hear about this thing?
A little bit.
Are you still in like the punchy phase of life, or are you more like weapon bound at this point?
I was actually kind of looking at maybe getting something that reminds me of the staffs we trained with, but maybe more with like a blade type thing.
Or like a pole arm or something.
What does that one do?
Jab? Huh?
You talking like a pole arm?
Like a javelin or...
Oh, you want to throw it, or you just want to hit people with it?
Glaive sounds like...
A glaive would be pretty
hit
sweet.
Thing.
Yeah, so you're not really... A javelin's like tiny, mate. That's just something that you throw far. A glaive would work. That's actually a good one.
You know, it's a lot like a bow staff.
A gun?
A bow staff.
Oh, okay. Yep, that's actually more on the nose. I mean, well, we can ask him. Hey, mate. You know, the sort of rendering's pretty cool.
Yes.
I'm not too keen on stabbing, and it doesn't seem like anyone else in the party is either.
That is fair.
I didn't hear about it. What does it do?
Oh, mate, so there's sort of rendering. What it does is every time you hit somebody with it, you can choose to inflict a wound upon them. And every time you inflict a wound upon them at the start of their turn, to use legal jargon, they take an additional D8 of necrotic damage until they make a saving throw. And that can stack, so every time you hit them, you can wound them even more.
It could be really
I do like the sound of that.
I mean, you're down to use a sword or not?
That's more the old me style. I'm trying to figure out my new style.
It's weird. Hey, what if we tried
It's
to
more
put...
about, like, cuddly animals.
What the fuck?
Animals.
No!
Plants.
God. Hey, rediscover yourself, if you could, please. I mean, it's great, mate. It's a journey. We're all on it together.
No, but I mean cuddly animals that, like, kill people.
Oh, like violently cut, like the grizzly Care Bears.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Hey,
Scare bears.
oh, the scary berries. Hey, Beatty, what if we were to combine the sword of rendering with a simple bow staff, kind of making a glaive of sorts?
Bearstein bears.
Does it work that way?
No.
I mean, we're in a place where, in theory, it could work if we gather the
It might
components.
take a little bit, but I'm sure we could figure something
I mean, I could
out.
draw something up when we get the right guy. You could probably build it.
That'd be cool. I don't feel as
Yes, dwarves are known for taking things and forging them into many other things, so...
So a lizard, it's not just a dwarf thing.
Yeah, well, yes, but dwarves are very good at this. There is not many dwarves who can't forge a thing into other thing.
For sure.
Even fewer lizards can do it.
yeah.
For sure.
If we can afford
You're
it,
very special, Cliff.
what would that be like?
Starts crying.
100,000 gold? Is that how that works?
No.
No.
For sword, you make Logan laugh.
It's 10 million.
Oh no, for this sword it is 8,000 gold pieces.
Jesus.
That's so crazy, man. Moving on.
Alright, shoot for the stars. The moon's too expensive.
That's true.
Perhaps
Wait,
you look
is-
for other weapons. Logan can provide you with many different weapons.
Here's the thing. There is also the potential that if there is something that you want, we might be able to go up to a rune forge.
Do you have alchemical
potentially
supplies?
make something out of
Logan has
something a little bit
chemical
cheaper,
supplies.
potentially.
Alchemical supplies.
Yes, that's what
we're
this
making
Logan
it.
said.
That'd actually be a
Can I
good
have
idea.
So as long as we have, I think in this case, because we
Check
have
my
the
bag.
forge, and between you and I, we can make
400
this
gold's worth
I
of
feel like we
alchemical
should
supplies.
be potentially more looking for
There you go.
the materials we would need to make said beastie.
You guys looked away.
I think that makes. We could probably just make you a glaive, buddy. It'd take about a week or so, maybe 2. But I think we're kind of here for a little while. I mean, Kenneth.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel
it
like
sounds
it's
like
the
a good
best
place
for
to...
us to bolster ourselves.
Agreed. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay. I think we're all sold out of weapons. We've kind of been talked out of it, sorry. But you got any just simple magical items like
Flying
whimsies?
brooms.
Flying brooms?
Do you
would
want
be
flying
cool.
broom?
Multiple.
Pretty sick.
Yeah, it'd be alright.
Like a witch or something?
No, I just like... I mean, like, I'd probably maybe...
Hey, how you gonna
Put a
fly?
gun on it!
Oh, yeah. I never thought of it. Well, I could.
Hey, recoil's a thing you probably wouldn't want to.
What?
It's magic!
So
You're flying straight up
potentially-
every shot.
If I was looking
Mr.
to build,
Again. Hello.
Logan! Logan, yes.
So, I was wondering if you had anything that would, protect me a little more than this scale mail, or...
Yes, Logan have many things like this, yes.
The nipple tassels of warding, specifically.
Yeah.
Hilogan have armor of resist of many kinds of magics. Hilogan also have bracers of defense for those who don't wear the armors. And Hilogan also has armors that are stronger than most.
Like made out of dragon scale.
Hilogan does not have dragon scale. Most dragon scale is left to Bahamut followers. And Hilogan is more of following carpenters. So
if I had something I wanted to potentially build and wasn't quite sure exactly what materials I might need, would that be something I would talk to you about, or should I go?
No, Hilogan does. Yeah, Hilogan does more things that are already built. You need something built. You speak to forge people.
Well, I guess what I'm asking is, would you potentially have? I'm assuming I'm going to have to probably buy the supplies from here and then take it back to the forge. So I just didn't know if you had some sort of book that had an idea or something of what I might need so that I could purchase.
If you need materials, the deep forges have many materials that you can buy from them.
Alright.
Yes.
No flying brooms?
Do you need flying broom?
If we got it.
I have flying. Hilogan have flying brooms.
Well, Hilogan.
Hilogan.
Yeah. How much?
For flying bloom?
For flying blooms.
Yeah, flying blooms.
No, flying brooms. You not hear him?
You are making fun of Hilogan's accent.
No, I got my teeth.
Hilogan have blooming onions as well.
Oh, what?
I'll have one of those.
All right.
And you think just one for the table, you think?
Wow, this guy has everything. It's like Costco.
Extra ranch.
Sauce, extra that.
That will cost 1 silver or 2 copper.
Hey mate, they're out of the pink sauce.
Ew.
Thankfully.
Alright, here.
Make
Take
context.
that for yourself. It was 2 silvers.
Thank you.
Alright, so you're looking into a flying broom?
Yeah, I don't know. Why not?
Flying broom is hold on. Let Hilogan figure out how much flying broom is.
I just feel like I never spend anything for myself on
That's
myself.
true. You never do anything for you.
really
You're always
just-
giving us pass without a trace.
Yeah.
And, shooting things trying to kill us.
Now it's time.
Imagine pass without a trace in the air. I don't know how it works.
Pass within airspace.
Hilogan have flying broom. 1,300 gold pieces.
Honestly, it's not that bad. You can fly forever.
Can you really fly forever?
It actually doesn't carry any weight. It is literally just a broom that can fly.
Yes, you attach your string, you let it fly around. It's like.
Can you not
beautiful
fly
cat.
on it?
Of course you can fly on broom.
Oh, thank goodness.
Good for cleaning. Just clean.
Yeah,
Should we get to like those like corners of the ceiling and stuff?
Oh,
I'm just picturing Calvin monkey pawing that thing. Yeah, we got a flying broom for you.
Do you want flying broom?
Would you do that to me?
Maybe.
Yes, you would.
All right, sir. Get the flying broom at a, I don't know, like a discount or something. Can you lower it down a little bit? I don't know.
Hilogan
We did just
loves
save
to
a whole.
barter.
Listen, we just saved a whole.
Ooh,
pretty much
how about
the
this?
whole
How about this?
city
I'll
out
give
the
you. I'll
gate.
give you this pile of rock feathers to make it a clean 1,000.
Make a persuasion check.
I don't know which number it was on.
What?
I picked it up so fast.
Wow.
Genuinely.
Okay.
Can I roll again?
Sure, go for
I
it.
got 2 this time.
Yeah, you're good.
Alright. Oh, sweet. 12 plus... I think it's just 5. I don't think I have a proficiency, so 17.
Rock feathers are very good, but Hilogan can get rock feathers for cheaper than 300 gold pieces. Hilogan would be more interested in maybe buying more than one item, and maybe Hilogan make a deal.
Okay, alright, alright. Do you have any things that will be good for people like me? Magically inclined?
For you?
Yeah, for me. Like, just like, look at me, right?
Yes, I see you.
So what do you think would look great on me, or like, would like help me be cooler? I can cast magic stuff. Well, my friend can cast magic stuff. It's complicated.
I think I'm magic stuff. I don't know.
Very interesting. Logan might have a few things for you. Logan has well, how much is Scary Man willing to spend?
I have. Let me see how much money I have. So I have 1,400 gold as of right now, and I have a pound of glow skink scales. I have a automaton hand. I don't know if you're interested in that. I have a couple of discolored. I got some cool crystals I found in a cave. I got some claws from glow skinks. I got some teeth from glow skinks. We got the rock feathers. I got some obsidian shards. I got this cool rock I got from this creepy lady, and I have. That's it.
Very interesting.
I have lots of weird stuff.
Yes, this could work. Logan might have something for you. Perhaps we start to collect things and go from there. And we do a bulk total. How does this sound? All right.
I'm okay
so
with that.
Logan has this for
I'll
you,
pay for
and he
whatever
reaches down and pulls out what looks to be a tiny little silver bell with this little handle attached to it, and he kind of sets it down in front of you.
Can I touch it?
Logan allows it. Go ahead, touch it.
I grab it and I shake it violently.
A silent little ring.
Doesn't make anything?
Yeah, it rings.
Let's keep on doing it.
Okay.
What is this, man?
It is powerful magic weapon that only certain people can use. I think you might be one of them.
Is he getting swindled?
Huh?
Is he getting swindled?
Make an insight check.
What if he isn't?
11? Doesn't seem like it.
Okay, what is it?
It is called Bell Branch.
Bell what?
Bell Branch.
Bell branch?
Yes, it is a magic item. Use it to cast your spells. It also can do other things. It can detect some things.
So can I test drive it?
You must have it for longer than a day in order to use it.
So can you test drive it for 2 days?
So I have no way on making sure that he's speaking the truth. Do you have like an identifier?
Oh yeah, I can identify it if you want me to do that.
Can you identify it?
Of course, Logan, all for authenticity.
Yeah,
I've never had this much money before, so I'm just very
Of course.
Yeah.
Anyone else looking for something we can throw into bulk buy?
You should get a cool helmet. I don't know why. I think you look cool in a helmet.
It's because
Is Clear Dragon thinking of getting armor?
Is which dragon?
The Clear Dragon, the one that speaks of animal love.
Hey mate, you want to get your armor?
You're muted.
Hey, something happened to Drew.
You're muted. Your face.
He's spending too much time in Blue Room.
Alright, yeah, furious. What do you got that? Do you have anything that would like protect me better than normal?
Yes, Logan have many things. Logan have shield. That would be very useful for you. It gives you ability to not only protect yourself from attacks you can see, but also attacks you may not be able to see.
Yo, I like the sound of that.
Wait, Drew.
Tell me about that one.
Wait, Drew. Do you have Warcaster?
No.
Okay, so you need both hands open if you want to cast a spell, and you have a shield. So
you have a shield I don't have to hold.
That's be very difficult, but also very expensive.
That's a thing.
Logan also have thing that would help you if you are truly animal favorite.
Ooh. Are you animal favorite?
If I'm what?
You are the animal persons, yes.
Yes, he is.
So I have thing that could be good for you. And he reaches into a under the desk and pulls out a small, literally looks like a raptor's claw on a necklace and sets it down.
Looks like a what?
It looks like a raptor's like claw.
Oh, cool. Yeah, what's that?
This is thing that you wear. It gives you, it makes you scarier when you turn to an animal. Also gives you other benefits to bestial forms, which I believe you are one of.
Yeah. I love doing that. How much is that thing?
By itself, this thing is 1,100 gold pieces, but throw it in pile, perhaps we can come to agreement.
Guys, what do you think? Throw it in pile?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think you should do that, mate.
I want to come out of here with cool stuff.
I support whatever you do.
I like that. That sounds good. Appreciate you. Yeah.
Of course. Right, anyone else looking for something to add to pile? Logan is all about giving discounts to friends.
What do I need to make this glaive thing?
You want the glaive? Logan have glaives.
Oh.
I mean, you can see what he's got, and if he doesn't have something you'd like, we could just make one.
Yeah, what do you have, sir?
Logan have many glaives. He have more than average powerful glaives. You could call them plus ones, because, you bring them along with you to parties. Also have glaives of magic powers. You hit somebody and it adds additional power of your choice, depending on what your powers are.
Ooh. Wait, what? That's pretty cool. You got
so
powers?
you have regular sword, but then you have this sword and he holds up another sword and it looks like it's just dripping, dripping this strange kind of light green acid off of it. It does regular stab, but also do painful stab on top of regular stab. Same with glaives.
You can painful stab? You can painful stab.
I grab a hold of his traveling cloak, but just lightly to make sure he doesn't go to try and touch it or collect some of the acid.
Fair point.
Who?
You.
So, out of game quick.
Sure.
Yeah. I can already infuse weapons with different elements.
Sure.
Does that double up?
In theory, yes.
Stacks.
It should.
So in theory, you could get a plus weapon of some kind, and you add your psychic energies, or you could get a weapon of a certain damage, and then add your psychic energy. It's up to you.
So it could be like a fire and ice weapon.
100%
yes.
good.
Like that.
100% good.
Katy Perry.
Hell yes.
100% good.
I kind of like.
Sounds pretty cool.
That sounds cool. The one that changes element stuff.
Of course. What element is Dragon looking for to use?
The Honda
choose one.
If you want one, most do only one thing. You could get one that does many things, but this is more expensive.
I've never been able to master fire, so fire would be kind of cool.
Yes, fire, very, very common among dwarven things. You look for glaive of fire.
Sure.
Glaive of fire, right?
Hey,
all right.
Did you mess with air a lot before?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Is there a glaive of air?
Yes, glaive of air is, we call it glaive of wind, but
yeah.
Use it to break wind and also to hurt people.
Wait, no.
Glaive of farting.
You're lucky my sense of smell is really bad, so I don't know if anyone actually farts.
Is it really?
Yeah, well, I worked in them morgue for a while.
I didn't realize you were huffing the formaldehyde, though.
You interested in glaive of wind?
Leaves fairy dust.
Yeah, what's the price difference on those? I think we're on something Zeph told me is called a budget?
A budget.
This is by itself, glaive of wind would be 1,200 gold pieces, but I added to pile, perhaps we can come to deal.
That's not bad.
Does that sound good, guys?
Yeah, everyone. I'm not obviously not one person's gonna buy it, but we're all gonna pitch it.
Okay.
So.
All right, we add to pile. Anyone else? Or this
you.
is the pile? You looking for?
Do you have any goat treats of the highest quality?
Yes, high quality goat treats.
Yes.
What about the most mediocre quality?
Logan don't sell anything of mediocre quality.
Oh, my God.
That is Logan Bigen guarantee.
How much for a few goat treats then?
Of highest quality, this would be 2 silver.
I got it. I can cover it.
Pets are easy.
Eddie, well, I'll take a package of your finest goat treats.
Very well. And for you, sir, any things you are looking for?
Not at the moment right now.
Are you sure? You are newly Kinzun. You receive high accolades.
Hey mate, didn't you want a peck of Marlboro Reds the other day?
Honestly, it would probably be an honor if he bought something from your shop and
It
wore
would be
around.
great honor if Logan were to purchase something. I have many great weapons, some of far reaches. Anything piquing your interest? Anything you would like to look at?
Right now I'm looking at potentially trying to figure out how to make my own thing. So I'm not sure that I need a weapon right now. However,
perhaps you tell
is
Hogan
there
what
anything that a Kinzu would normally have or wear?
Kinzun have many things. Guildmaster would be one that provides with standard issue items. But perhaps you tell Hogan what kind of weapon you want, and Hogan see if Hogan has it.
Potentially, what I'm potentially trying to make is some sort of ice hammer.
Hammer of ice. Would it surprise you if Hogan has ice hammers for sale?
I'd be shocked
If you have an ice hammer, I'd be quite interested.
Hogan has many ice hammers. Looking for particular ice. You looking for good ice hammer or great ice hammer?
What's your prices on both?
Oh, for Kinzun, Hogan would give very good deal for great hammer.
What's the price for the great one? Obviously, if I would prefer great over good.
This is smart business. This is smart business that Hogan is dealing with here. All right, let me show you. And he reaches, he goes around the counter, and you hear him shuffling around. And he does bring out this large two-handed hammer with the top of it is deep blue, looks like carved ice. And he sets it boom on the table. And as soon as he sets it on the wooden table, you can see the frost immediately begins to start emanating from the base of it.
Oh, that's tight.
This hammer, very strong, do lots of damage, do ice damage on top of regular damage. When you hit enemy, it causes enemies' bones to grow cold and stiff, makes them slower if they are not strong enough to resist.
What might this do to fire?
Oh, fire would be effective. Well, it would be some effective on fire. Really, water would be most effective in Hogan's opinion. Water is best enemy of fire, but ice does trick.
Do you have anything that might be of the water type?
Of course, Hogan have water hammers too.
Maybe let's check and see what you've got for us.
All right, I like how dwarf thinks, and he again goes behind the counter and produces a one-handed hammer and sets it on the table there. You can see this hammer is very slender, and it seems to kind of like curve instead of being like a blocky, almost like Mila. Very curved style, almost like
water.
Yes, but I was trying to think of a visual, kind of like the hammer that. Oh, I'm gonna screw his name up. Is it Calad? Not Caladriel. It's
Hofkahsejun.
No, who's the elven smith from Shadow of Mordor? Celebrimbor, thank you.
I love Shadow of War.
He's in Rings of Power too, which, by the way,
is it?
Yes.
Damn, I have to watch it now.
Spoilers.
You haven't watched
it
yet? No.
Yeah, Celebrimbor is
watching too many shows.
Anyhow, Celebrimbor has a hammer that is very sleek and kind of like elven design. This one looks very similar. It's a one-handed hammer, smaller head than would be on most warhammers, but it is it's very beautiful. It's almost kind of like white metal, kind of intertwined in its darker metal. This hammer is water hammer. It do damage to people, to fire, to many things. It will knock your enemies down. You hit them hard enough. It also, and he picks it up and shakes it, and immediately like water splashes all over the place. It's very wet, so a bit of downside to this hammer. He sets it down again.
You don't happen to potentially have something of the two-handed water hammer, would you?
You can take this, and he picks it up and holds it to hands. You can take two hands, swing harder.
Yeah, that actually does work.
I mean, the logic checks out, mate.
Like a versatile weapon, right?
That's
correct.
True. I just prefer one.
It is a versatile hammer, so it can be a one.
Changes the damage die when you
That's so funny. It's like, yeah, you can put both your hands on a dumbass.
Swing hard.
I
mean, the same thing is true for.
I mean, there's a specific reason.
No, I know, but I just
I just love it.
Right behind Logan, there is a sign that does read, Logan believes in no stupid questions. or Hologan policy, no stupid questions.
All right then. Well, lad, exactly how much are you asking for that?
Well, let Hologan collect all items and see if we come to price. See if we come to
What
price.
are you guys getting?
All right, so let me go around the table for what we got here. So we've got water hammer, claw necklace, wind glaive. What else?
Bell branch,
and broom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna snipe from the sky. It's gonna be sick.
It's gonna be.
Can't wait for you to experience recoil and fall to your death.
Me too.
You get shot off and you're boom.
All right, so Hologan, take these all items, adding them all up. Hologan, think. What does party say to? What does party say to 6,000 gold pieces?
I'm alright with that. Here's the thing though. I'm alright with taking a little bit. I wouldn't want somebody that's getting just a broom to pay the same as somebody that's getting a hammer. If that makes sense. It would be better maybe to ask.
What is dwarf thinking?
Wait, do I have something?
I'm more or less. I'm just wondering what the prices are separately, so that let's say Kenneth over here, who's getting a broom, isn't going to be paying.
I mean, it flies. It's not like she's going to go do the housework.
That's true. I just feel like it might not.
I mean, they're certainly going to
cost
clean
as
up on
much
it.
as a glaive or a water hammer.
So let me. Okay, so I will break this down to.
He was trying to do this the easy way, and you just had to.
We can do it the hard way. We can do it the other way. It's just more or less. What would you? What
I'm
do you
cool
lads,
with whatever.
What do you
however
lads
it
want
breaks down.
What do you lads want to pay?
I mean, like, I think we're all of us paying 1,000 is fine.
Yeah.
Oh, there's 5 of you guys.
There's 5. Well, then I'll pay 1,200 for my.
Yeah, it'd be 12.
Well, I'm paying. Yeah, that still makes me paying 1,000 less or 100 less than I was gonna for just the broom straight up. So.
Yeah.
Go for it, guys.
That's fine if you're all right with that. So it's 1,200 a piece.
Is that okay?
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yep.
The voice in my head says, "Nah, yeah, no, I'm not good at bartering. I'll take it. I think I'm okay with that."
How about this? It'd be nice if we could just make it an even 1,000.
I do agree.
For the parties that are involved.
And for
Would you come down just a little bit so that it's not like an awkward 12.
And it's a named dwarf that's going to be carrying around your hammer.
You'll be the exclusive weapons supplier of just him.
I'm like him, and I point and I pat him on the shoulder and I give him guidance.
In fact, if there's ever anything that you might be needing in the future, we might be able to be on the lookout and bring you some interesting things to sell potentially later on down the road.
Logan is interested in many things to sell.
Mostly foot picks.
Logan have plenty of
Not
those.
saying you want a dwarf foot pick, but
you'd be surprised how many halflings come through my shop here. It's ridiculous. I say I want a foot pick. They're like, I give you 1,200 foot picks. I'm like, I don't need 1,200 foot picks. It's for guys. It is.
Where do you keep those, and how much if you throw a couple in?
Logan throw those in for free. No, I have too many of them.
All right,
Please,
I'm sure this will go on the
Pulls a bunch out of his wallet.
Just like a flip down of it. Okay, so you're saying what now?
if we could potentially make it a little bit, let's barter a little bit.
Okay.
And maybe if there's something to get the price down, maybe if there's something that you've been looking for to sell that we could keep an eye out for in the future and bring back to you.
Okay.
But we would like it to maybe at least get it down to where it's only a grand for all parties involved, as opposed to 1,200 a piece.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
You have a D4.
Wait, what? Hold on.
Drew Huff has a full kitchen-sized pot that you would make stew
More
in.
power to him, man.
Just full of ramen. It's just the size of the pot.
It's like 4 packs of ramen in that son of a
Probably.
bitch.
He's living his best life.
He's living his vacation life right now, guys.
Nice. That's a good roll.
Make a persuasion check. Sorry, I didn't get to finish because the ramen isn't here. I will say with advantage because you had some very convincing friends alongside you.
The first one's a 21.
Oh shit!
The second one's a lower. So
You added
the
D4.
highest.
And you do have guidance.
Ooh.
Nice.
So it'd be
24?
24. No. Because that's... Yeah, 24.
24.
Sorry.
Logan kind of thinks for a second.
Again, if there's something like...
No, Logan is thinking
no
of...
deal here.
Logan is thinking of other things. Logan was wondering what he's going to get for lunch. Back to what you were saying. 5,000, you have a deal.
Oh, does that say...
So 1,000 for everyone?
It's 1,000 a piece. It
Sounds
leaves
good to me.
everybody about a grand.
Let's go. Let's go.
Does that sound
Nice
done?
job.
Yeah.
That sounds great. Yeah.
Done.
I'm doing it right now.
Easy peasy.
Again, we also offered in that if there is something that you would prefer us bring back to you.
Yes, Logan remembers. Logan will he will contact if he has something he could use. But
Alright.
if you ever have things to sell, if they are of interesting value or item, bring to Logan Bacon Mercantile. Logan will love to sell to someone else.
If anybody asks this Kenzo where he got his hammer, I'll send them right to you.
Logan would be much honored is for you to use name when speaking of him in good terms.
300 gold left.
But weapons are for you to have and to hold. If you need anything else, do not hesitate to stop. Logan Bacon.
It's all good. We're gonna have hella potions.
Ron, well, thank you very much. It was good dealing with you.
Lucius doesn't have any gold left.
Snitch!
Fucking God.
How do you not have any gold left?
I have like 500 GP worth of alchemical supplies. What? What's wrong with that?
Well, then I guess apparently you're not gonna get whatever you wanted from him.
No, I did. No, I have these after everything.
Oh,
After everything, yeah.
I spent. Yeah, I'm spending money on stuff that's for the party.
What would you buy? 1,700 worth of alchemical and
yeah, including everything. Yeah, I have
everything in
300
total?
gold left. So
You have 300
yes.
left.
Hey, Zeph, did you have something to say there, buddy?
Oh, I just wanted to congratulate Thorgrim on that incredible bartering. What do you call it? Haggling.
It's called bullshitting.
but I say that loud.
That's how you say in Dwarvish.
Yep. Hi,
That was great.
real quick, what's Drew's favorite Middle Eastern holiday?
Ramadan.
Yes, it's Ramadan.
Damn it, you both get inspiration.
Yes!
Son of a gun.
Ramadan.
No, you're too late.
It's Henry Cavill all over again, Michelle. That was my joke.
Dude, that shit was funny.
I'm glad you find that hilarious. So, is there anything else you guys would like to do shopping-wise, or have you
We gotta
reached-
go to the discount store, right?
Yep, Gliffy's trying to hit the outlets.
We haven't had a shopping episode.
Yeah,
since
no,
a
absolutely.
long
I'm
time.
all for it.
Since we have not had one this whole campaign.
Are we gambling?
No. I mean, maybe. I mean, you can.
Heading to the Lavish outlet. If you
Before we go in there,
sure.
I look at Kenneth and anyone else coming in with us and say, hey, these places, get yourself right. You're a trap, right? Keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah.
Think about what you need before you go in, or you're going to come out with way more than you bartered for.
Okay, I don't know what I want.
Well, you have money anyway.
Yeah, it depends on places where everything's in a big pile and you just kind of like rummage through.
Oh, like by the pound.
Ooh.
Here's something too I'd like to
No lies.
have everybody keep in mind. My plan and my hope is for us to be up where the Kinzos kind of stay. Mm-hmm. I've not tried to figure out whether you guys can stay with me or not. I'm gonna try for that. I don't know if that might potentially cost any gold, or if we wanted to try to have a forge up there, a little closer. Or if we
I'm just want to pop in and see if they've got any good magic items here.
I mean, that's fine. I just wanted to try and just remind you that it could potentially cost a little bit, but I'm not sure.
I mean, that's why we put away stuff, right? That's why we put away.
We won't spend all of that money.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I have no problems with sending down here because obviously compared to the Brasslands, I'm having a way better time already. And also, I was just traveling through there. I've been traveling, so I don't really have any ties to the Brasslands, and I feel like you guys have more ties here.
If I'm being honest, I know, especially my friends over here that had just kind of found out about all of their childhood home being blown up. I'd like to at least find and make this place a place you guys can actually finally call home.
That would be great.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I mean, the Brasslands is kind of home. I don't really have any deep ties to it at this point, and
even if it's a home away from home, I'd like to at least give you guys a place where you can lay down if you need be.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather be here. There's a lot more I'd rather do here, if I'm going to be honest. There's stuff I've been kind of working on, kind of drawing a bit, and haven't really had the time to actually work on. So now that we're in a place that's feasible, I definitely would like to spend a bunch of time doing that.
Oh, yeah, I'm a lot happier here.
Yeah, I don't remember much about home, so...
I mean, as long as we can get back to the Brasslands whenever needed, I still do have ties there. However, if I can go back, that ain't a big deal.
True.
Yeah, and we've got a couple friends that are in the Brasslands that would let us know if things were afoot that we needed to go back and check in on.
This is a forward operating base, for sure.
That's a good way to put it.
That's a good way to put it.
I mean, I don't really need anything in the outlet store, I guess. I kind of just would... It's almost like wanting to spend money because I have it.
Yeah,
that's fine. We can go in there. I just wanted to let you guys at least know about that.
I'm going to be really disappointed.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got his fanny pack, around his chest.
Let's go in there and see what they've got.
Okay, let's pop in right quick.
Okay, so heading into Lavish Outlet, you can see it looks very similar to Lavish Lavatory's very pristine and ostentatious setup and design. There are several customers in here, and you can see that most of them are just kind of milling about, looking at the different display cases with all kinds of interesting trinkets and objects. Anything in particular you guys are looking for? Are you looking to speak to anybody in particular? Just
let me look at some weird components.
Who's behind the counter? Is it?
There appears to be a dwarven female sitting behind the counter, standing behind the counter, and she's finishing putting some items in a bag and handing it to one of the dwarves, who then steps away. But as you walk up, she kind of nods to you all, and she says, "Well, hello to the Lavish Outlet. My name is Khaleesi. How can I help you today?"
Hi, Khaleesi. I think we've maybe met the person who runs this shop, Mr. Lavish Tobar. Very middleman with eyes.
Yes, the very strange... yes, he's quite the interesting individual, but...
Sure enough is, but I just wanted to see what this fine establishment was about. I see it's an outlet store. Does that mean outlet prices or?
On a few of the items, yes. Mr. Lavish himself was trying to expand his, as he calls it, empire, but really it's more of just one store, into other communities as a way to reach out to other demographics.
Yeah, sure.
Unfortunately, this one is it's fairly new, so most stores are a little uneasy, and also his taste in designs are a bit odd. They're a bit odd for our tastes, but we're trying to adapt. But yes, we sell simple magic items. We sell a few supplies, and we do a bit of custom work for those who truly need it. We specialize in tattoos as well.
Tattoos?
Correct, yes.
I got a couple of them already, but that'd be pretty badass.
You got tattoos?
Yes, Mr. Tobar is He's quite fluent in body modification, and so dwarves are not too keen on changing their bodies overall, but adding a few interesting tattoos seems to be
Hey, what
quite
kind of tattoos you got? Give me a little sheet. What you specialize in? Is it like American traditional? Is it like, no kidding.
It's all but cheap butterflies.
Brassland traditional.
Most of our tattoos are of a dwarven twist. We infuse most of our tattoos with rare minerals. These minerals are attuned to aspects of the body, making
So
them
what you're saying is I'll never have to take a multivitamin.
Can I guess what the attunements are?
Sure.
correct.
Sleepy, dopey, happy,
Yes,
dark,
yes.
angry,
Grumpy.
Sneezy.
sneezy.
Preachy.
Bingo. Oh, that's 7.
And the 8th hidden one, bloodlust.
Oh my god.
Chetney.
Chetney, yeah.
Chetney.
A few of ours are we take simple precious stones and we grind them up into the paints, and when we etch the runes in, it provides a bit of a strengthening of certain aspects of the humanoid forms.
All right, what kind of strengthening for what? And then how much?
Each tattoo would cost around 2,000 gold pieces for the precious materials, but the attributions are permanent and are to whatever the user wishes. So basically, mechanically speaking, you can get, with enough precious material, you can get a tattoo that gives you a +1 to literally any of your stats.
Yep.
And also grants certain resistances as well.
Ooh. I don't have enough money for it, but that's pretty dope.
Is there a resistance to fire?
Yes.
How much is that?
2,000. Oh no, sorry. Those are 38,000 for the resistances.
Okay, noted.
So they are slightly more expensive because
slightly.
They're not double.
38,000.
3,800.
Oh, okay.
My
okay.
mistake.
Okay.
Sorry, 3,800. So it's 2,000 for those, 3,800 for the resistances.
Okay. I'll keep it in mind.
So yep, they are.
Do it.
Well, give us the missing funds.
Zap just pulls out another delinquent dwarf and goes, "Look, I found another one."
Infinite money.
Should have cloned him. Damn
We should
it.
become bounty hunters.
Just keep bringing him back.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh. The perfect scheme. You bring a captive and then have a bard that does what's it called? Modify memory, and bring him back again and just be like, "Oh, you didn't give us the gold for him."
Here he is.
Oh my gosh.
Here he
the
is.
ultimate scam.
Groundhog's Day, but with
He's
money.
Gaslight. Gold keep.
Bards are super cool, man.
Gaslight.
Gold keep.
Keep
Yeah.
girl
Okay.
boss.
Yeah. I don't know. Looking around, you've got a nice shop, but I think I'm bad out.
There are also potions. There's also potions of resistances. There's rings of resistances. There's rings of various kinds, all varying within 800 to 1,000 gold pieces, depending on what you need or want. Potions are about 180 to 300 gold pieces, depending on what you're looking for, specific kinds. A couple of scrolls, it seems. Yep. And that looks to be about it.
I don't know if you remember, but I did give the filter of truth to Nineveh to interrogate Dempsey when the time comes.
Correct.
Just for behind the scenes stuff. I don't know.
Do you want it back?
No, he can have it.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, no, he can have that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he has that.
Okay.
All right, besides the tattoos, just tell me your coolest thing.
We have a gun.
The coolest thing that we have?
Yep.
Unfortunately, the tattoos are probably the most
okay.
unique thing that we have. Most of our other stuff's pretty common.
No, hey, those aren't lame. Those are pretty damn cool. You're right.
Do you have any cookies or anything?
I'm sorry?
Do you have any cookies or anything?
No, we don't sell food in this establishment, unfortunately.
They sold food at the other one.
Oh, you're talking about the Bagan Mercantile?
Yeah, he has everything. It's kind of
he does have everything. But Mr. Tobar is very particular about his the way he shows.
Have you ever met him before?
I did once.
It's kind of unsettling, right?
It was horrifying.
You see me?
You are less so.
Less so.
Surprisingly.
Oh my gosh, guys! It's like, my eyes are like, yeah.
I mean, you are dripping blood as we speak, but I mean, even that
because
wasn't.
I fill up the crystal vial with tears.
Fair point.
Kenneth's gonna try something and be like, yeah, he's a cog in the machine of morality.
A very strange cog, to be sure.
Okay, all right. Well, just checking. Hey,
creature of goodness. That's me.
Okay.
That's no.
That'll work someday, I bet. You know.
That's literally the point of it, is to see where they are. So
not here.
Fingers crossed, our real estate agent believes in cogs in the machines and morality.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick.
Okay, so moving on from this area, I assume that you'll want to fast forward to your meeting with the guildmaster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have a meet.
Easy enough to do. Actually, within probably about 5 or 6 hours, the guildmaster does send word to speak to you.
Nice.
Up at the Grand Hall, which you are easy enough to get back to. And you can definitely speak to the guildmaster about accommodations. So, speaking to, let me look at his name again, Ron Evermead, the guildmaster of the King's Hall, or of Hofkahsejun, he tells you, first of all, that you are granted accommodations in the Elder Ward of your choosing and your like. You are granted access to, obviously, certain discounts throughout the shops and places here in the city. You are granted free access to pretty much any and every establishment as needed, no charges or anything. And also membership to any of the guild halls or clan clubs, I guess, would be... basically, you are an all-around just like VIP. Whenever you need to. So, but when it comes to accommodations, what specifically are you looking for?
Well, if you wouldn't mind, I'm gonna take a minute just to kind of chat with the lads a little bit. What do you guys? I don't know that we necessarily need. I know we talked about a forge potentially there, but we can walk to any of the forges that are in here. I don't know that we necessarily need that there. Is there anything in particular that
I want a place with a garden? I want a garden, and I want a garden and the highest room in the building.
Well, you're not getting the highest room in the building. That's very.
Yeah, that's going to me for damn sure.
Why? Because you have a broom now?
You're all both off your mind, Kyle. It's not happening.
Why? So who's getting it?
Yeah, who's getting it?
The Kenzo, of course.
Oh, here we go.
Right.
He's not going to let the clock run out on
it's
this
already
bullshit.
stuck in his head. I don't know.
I'm alright with that, but I feel like I'm the reason why we're staying up on this level, are we not?
Damn.
I'm gonna let you know, it doesn't play for much in the grasslands, so you know. I know it's a big deal here.
No. Hey,
go ahead and flash your tiny Kinzu over here.
It's all right. It's all right. It's
all
okay.
Right. I'm starting to figure out that maybe I want them to stay somewhere else.
Alright, second highest room, and you got yourself a deal.
Yeah, no, it's all
you
good.
can kiss my ass, Lucius.
I don't want to kiss your ass.
Okay, so that's the thing. So
probably splitters with it.
You want a place to be able to grow things.
Huh?
You want a place to be able to grow things? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
I don't know exactly a little bit much about what you do, Glyph, but is there anything? I know you kind of tinker around with things that may not necessarily like a forge, but is there something like a table of some sort?
Yeah, like a 12-foot by 5-foot table. You know, probably be big enough for all the work.
Alright.
That can be in the basement. I'm not hoity-toity like these two.
Anybody else has anything in particular that we might need?
I'm fine. I'm actually not sure I'm really comfortable with this concept of giving out titles that provide you such privilege above and beyond anyone else. I don't know. I'm just uncomfortable.
It's dwarven culture.
Yeah, respect his culture, dumbass.
I wouldn't have walked in.
I just don't know. I don't understand it.
Hey, listen, you're either intolerant in your right hand or in your left hand. Which do you prefer?
What?
Exactly.
Yeah, I just get tired of everybody calling me out, but look at this fella.
No, I mean, I'm chilling because, like, this guy being the he has a bunch of people kissing his ass, and that means we get free stuff.
I'm not trained. I'm not trained to necessarily.
I'm confused. I don't understand how fortunes turn so quickly here.
I mean, listen, if he gets too high and mighty, I'll kick his ass one time and he'll realise, oh, he's just one of us.
I feel like I'm not really that high and mighty about this. I mean, I'm literally asking you, hey, what amendments would you like at the place to stay?
Yeah, you are
right. I'm trying to make your stay comfortable. You want a waterbed? I'll get you a waterbed.
Hold on.
Can I have the waterbed?
Was twofold. No, thank you. Everything you've provided is perfectly fine. There is nothing more I need. And I don't understand this situation.
I think we're all getting waterbeds. That's what I heard.
That's what I think.
With that.
Is there anything else?
I mean,
so
being
can
cold-blooded,
speak to this
I
lad?
love a hot spring, but I'm not, not asking for much.
Alright.
Wait. Would it make you happy if I asked for something?
Not necessarily. I'm just trying to tell you that I'm not being a pompous asshole. I'm trying to give you something, lad.
I don't think you are.
Like, I've got opportunity here, and I'm trying to do it with my new clan here.
So I'm gonna step in. I'm gonna step in right here. So
No, Drew's still got more in the tank.
no. So here's how this goes down.
Heavenward.
Here's how this goes down. Zeph, for your clarity's sake, a Kinzun is a dwarf that has been named by the king as one of his own, basically like a call or a thrall of the king.
Like a knighting. Yeah.
Yes, he is indentured to the king. He has served the king, and the king has now rewarded him for his great service to the realm. What I think is kind of missing with you guys is that you didn't realize that Dempsey was not only was he a traitor to the king, but he was also defecting, which the dwarves don't do. The dwarves stay together. And so you basically stopped a revolter from continuing his plan of turning, literally like mind forcing people to like abandon the kingdom. So you turned in a very high value target to the king. So that's why you have suddenly you've turned from like just being an adventuring party to you literally are like heroes of this place because you guys fate stepped in and gave you guys a hell of a hand in this card deal. So that's why you're getting all this. And Kinzuns do get the best place because obviously they are the kings. They are knighted by the king. They're his men. So
if the king calls, I have to go.
This is like a really huge thing.
You guys by proxy are super cool because obviously you're Knighted Indifference, which actually out of game you don't know why the dwarves know you by your party name yet. That's to be seen. I'm sure you could speculate, but none of you have figured out that yet. But Thulgrin is now a big deal. Yeah, he's now a big deal. He was a big deal beforehand because he was a paladin. Very, he's done a lot of stuff. But now that he's a Kinzun, he is now a very big deal, especially in the dwarven culture.
And essentially, what I'm trying to do here is take care of my lads, because y'all jumped in and helped me while I was trying to make this all happen.
Well, we're grateful.
Yes, sorry, Gwyneth.
What?
Sorry, Kenneth.
So if there is anything, I'd like to get it for you at this moment. I know we're going to work on getting the table for Zeph. Apparently waterbeds all around.
Nah.
Hey, if we could take the drifting table and have it on the flip side be a billiard table, really do it.
Alright.
I don't.
He said hot springs too, but if that's too much, that's understandable.
No, I just want
maybe just heat up the water
Actually, real shit. Hold on, I'm gonna get serious. So, like, yeah, I would like a garden so I can keep on growing alchemical supplies instead of constantly buying them. And I would like a laboratory. I mean, sometimes it has good healing properties. Anyways, it's called halfling leaf. Anyways, but I would like, I don't know, like a laboratory. Even like, I don't know, like I don't really need to sleep on a bed. I learned that about myself. So
the main things, honestly, is we need a table for you to work on things, and then a garden and / laboratory.
We just need a few spaces, multi spaces.
Honestly, we can make that a commonplace.
Like a common room would work well.
Yeah.
Multi-purpose room. I mean, we could probably work in the same room. Yeah. It's no big deal. We don't need a buttload of rooms.
That's fine. All right. So have you kind of
okay?
All
so
this
you were looking for.
Are we underground?
You are under a mountain. Yes.
Yes, we're inside the mountain.
Is there any way for me to be able to like see the moon?
Yes. So the Elder Ward is positioned underneath the hole in the mountain, so that the sun can shine through at times.
Oh, nice.
The moon can shine through at times. There is also the holy ground on the other side of the Elder Ward is there's a lot of foliage everywhere. I will say this, it's not just stone everywhere. There seems to be growth, like plant growth, all over the place. But the majority of it, where the large tree is that people seem to can reside in, is over on the other side of the Elder Ward. But yeah, there's like waterfalls, and it's a very errant place, as well as it's sometimes you forget that you are underground with just how well they've made this place feel outdoorsy. It doesn't feel like you're crouching through tunnels underground. It feels very open. So, but yes, you will have access to the moon every once in a while, depending on when it comes over the mountain.
Can I sleep in a hammock on the roof?
I'm sure if you wanted to do that, we could make that happen for you.
Okay, I'm talking to Thulgrim now.
That's fine. Whatever you want.
Thank you very much.
So,
I appreciate it.
Basic commodities other than a place to work on stuff, nothing crazy. You don't need anything special or crazy, just a place to be able to do all that. Yeah. A place that will house the 6 of you, plus space.
Let's have 2 guest rooms.
A non-lethal training room would be cool.
We have no friends. We don't need 2 guest rooms.
I'll figure that out.
I mean, if you want to add that to the specifications, more than welcome to do so.
I'm assuming there's probably knowing dwarves. There's probably a place for us to
I'm sure there's a place you could go.
Gym of sorts that we can go.
And most people, they have a home gym. They're not going to use it anyway.
Easy enough to do. No.
We'll go to wherever the training facility is.
I will say, if you want to spend the money, you can create almost an all-encompassing, I guess, compound, for lack of a better term. An area where they basically kind of build it to your specifications, or for less money, you can just kind of have a place that gives you your few amenities and houses all of it. It's up to you.
Compound of indifference.
I mean,
compounded indifference.
That all depends on how everybody else is feeling. If they, if we're gonna spend the money to make it an all-encompassing compound, I feel like this needs to kind of be an agreement that this is kind of home base for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But if we don't want to do that, obviously there's places we can go to make all that happen. So it just depends on what you lads want to do.
I've kind of made my position clear. I can do most of my stuff if I have a room of my own. But other than that, a common space is all I'd really need.
I don't particularly feel like we need to necessarily do all-encompassing, because we can always just walk to the places, like the forges. We don't necessarily need a forge there. We can walk to the forge.
It's up to you. I can put them all in there. I can put everything you need into one place, or you can have.
Out of curiosity.
Yes.
Free real estate.
Out of curiosity, what's the price difference on the two? What are we looking at?
Okay, so
make or break all of this and not be even in
commission. For the basics of a place for all of you to reside, plus a couple of common rooms for you to fill out as needed, plus supplies that would need to fill those rooms with whatever you guys need. that would cost you... Let me take a look here. Let's say 8,000 gold pieces to do that.
That's nothing. That's nothing.
For a all-encompassing.
Kenzo.
Yes, because they're building it for you. It's not a. It's building you a literal
complex. And stuff.
Complex.
Not bad.
For a larger compound.
So it's 8,000 gold.
Correct.
Yeah.
For a larger compound, for Kinzun with everything you would ever need, any basically a forge to build things, a workshop to work on stuff, a training room to train things, a hammocky garden for sleeping outdoors. That will run you 10,500 gold.
That's worth it.
Signed. Do it.
Done it.
Yeah, it's only a little bit. It's only a little bit more. So I would say probably then let's say
because most of the construction is most of the cost is going to construct. So adding all the extra stuff is really not a whole lot.
All right. So. Well, it's up to you, lads. If that's what you want.
Sounds good. Yep.
Yeah, we still have 8,000 gold left in the break fund.
I'll take
Seems
it.
like a pretty nice neighborhood.
All right. I guess we'll be doing that.
There you go.
Who's keeping track of the party fund?
I think.
Take that out of there.
Every campaign.
All right. So
with
he's a steward.
With Ron Evermead's supervision and about I would say 12 days of quick work by many hands, the house known as
the house.
No, we'll come up with that name.
House of Indifference.
The House of
The Compound of Indifference.
There you go.
Compound of Indifference.
Does that sound right to you, lads? I don't really care.
The Hall of Justice.
What the name is.
Indifference.
Compounding indifference.
We'll figure out what I'll let you guys have a week to figure out the official name.
2 weeks.
It's gonna take us about 30.
It's gonna take a bunch of weeks.
Can't wait till we never fucking name this place.
Here's my question before we end.
Yeah.
Can I go and work in our new training center and get maybe a level out of that? Just doing some training.
Oh my god!
This is not RuneScape. We'll talk about it. That's where we're going to end tonight's episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you guys so much for playing. A special thank you to Drew for taking time out of his long-fought vacation to join us tonight. Appreciate
Doesn't he go to Florida
you
5 times a year?
We appreciate you so much, Drew. And I appreciate all of you guys. And I appreciate you, the listeners.
Matt, are we good?
Huh?
Which Matt?
Matty B.
We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, everybody.
That's not good.
Of course we're good.
Sorry, Drew, you're breaking up. Can't.
You're breaking up with Matty B.
Thanks for listening to the Wild Magic School Bus, lads. I hope you had as much fun listening to it as we do making it for you. You can catch new episodes each Monday on whatever podcast platform you use. While you're there, leave a review if you want. It actually helps us out. In fact, you should definitely do it. Otherwise, I might be forced to purge you one right in the face. We've got socials too. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Wild Magic Pod. Either way, stop by and say hello. We're always happy to meet new friends. See you next time. Vinny, let's get out of here.
He's trying to sog up the chip before he crunches.
My name's Puff Puff Past the Friendly Dragon.
Drew is such a selfless person.
He's chewing
Are you
so
sure?
slow.
I mean, he is grinding his molars to dust trying to eat these kettle chips.
They're literal kettle chips, yes. They're
Here's
the
the thing.
crunchiest fucking
You guys
chips.
are like, oh, how nice of Drew to eat kettle chips quietly. I'm thinking, why would Drew bring kettle chips to a D&D podcast?
Also, did he do it just to spite you?
Probably.
They're jalapeno flavored.
Okay, yeah, that is his
Those are really good.
Hold on. I showed up.
Yeah.
I'm on vacation. It's the middle of my vacation.
Yeah.
And I showed up.
Yeah.
Like, I get to do anything.
Yeah.
No.
I could scream the entire time.
You think? You think we wouldn't just like, boop?
I'm not going to. I'm just saying, like, I've earned it by showing up.
That's true.
My poor wife is left to clean up after dinner, all on her own.
Oh, what'd you guys have?
Kettle chips.